In this video, we're going to graph the line defined by the equation y is equal to negative 1/2 x minus 3. So on the right-hand side of your screen in blue, you can see the slope-intercept form of a line. Essentially, that's just where we've solved it for y and combined any like terms. And y equals mx plus b tells us that the slope is going to be our m, or the number that's attached to the x, the coefficient, and our y-intercept is going to be the number added or subtracted at the end. And so we can easily, since our line is already, our equation is already in slope-intercept form, pick out what our slope and y-intercept is. So our coefficient of the x term is going to be negative 1/2, so that's our slope. And our y-intercept, or the spot where we run into the y-axis, is negative 3. And so let's go ahead and put a dot on the y-axis at negative 3. That's our first point. Now we need 2 points to define a line. And so to get our second point, of course you could do more, but to get our second point, we're going to use our slope. So we have our slope as negative 1/2. Now this gives some people some trouble. Notice that the negative is not really assigned to the top or to the bottom. It's just out front. And we know that we want our slope to be rise over run, so we kind of need to know what to do with that negative. The good thing is you can do whatever you want. You can either put the negative in the numerator with the 1, or you can put it in the denominator with the 2. Either way, you'll still get 2 points, whichever one you do, that are on the line, and you'll still get the same line. So it doesn't matter. So I'm going to put the negative with the top. That's just what I tend to do. So negative 1/2. And like I said, that's the same thing as our rise over our run. That's how slope is defined. And so from the point that we already have that's on this line, on the y-axis at negative 3, we're going to rise negative 1. So that's the same thing as going down 1. And then we're going to run 2. So that's going to the right 2. And so that gives us a second point that is on this line. So we can go ahead and connect the dots. And that is the equation of our line. So again, really the only trick here is if you just have a negative that's not assigned to the numerator or denominator of your slope, you can put it in whichever one you want. Either way, you're going to get a point that's on the line and you'll get the same answer.